It's hard to understand the way that you went out. I bet you're living with a little hint of doubt. Maybe next time when you gotta show your hand, you won't cut and run, you'll finally make a stand. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Existential questions always get you down. All you want to know is are we lost or found? Is there something that you feel you need to chase? I bet you thought you'd put me in my place. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. You can run, you can hide, but inside, I'm finally getting to you. Yes, it's true. I still love you, but I am getting to you.
Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5,
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Ooh, welcome back to the Resupply with me, guy next door.
Hopefully me, DK.
And also, hopefully, me, fan.
Bringing you your technical difficulty-ridden double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser 4. Goodness me. 58 months, 48 months. Lights. Thank you very much. You guys. Hey, Than, thanks for your support, man. And also,
Yeah,
Lucy,
What a
thank you
guy.
for your actual
What a
support.
guy.
Yeah, I'm just paying. I'm just paying myself so I can put the money back into the subscription every 6 months.
Yep, love it. Also, Mana Watia Matariki, everyone. Happy Māori New Year's to everyone. It's currently Māori New Year here in Aotearoa.
Nice.
Yeah, we celebrated by sitting on the couch, watching Alone on TV, which is, how my ancestors did it back in the day.
Is the New Year always on the winter solstice
I think
for
so.
you, or is that just coincidence?
No, I think so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That is me.
Yeah, it's to do with, and I probably should know this more, but it is to do with like constellations, etc. So, yeah, I think that ties in with the winter solstice.
Makes sense. See, I almost said summer solstice, and then I was gonna be a northern hemisphere centric jerk. So
Different country.
I caught
bro.
myself. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. But is it to do with constipations? Yes. Yep, it's that
My.
winter blues is what they call that. Hey DK, nice to see you, bro. It's been a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah. But speaking of constipations, I've had all kinds of medical appointments and imaging scans, and then had to go help somebody move. So it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
But despite having spent thousands of dollars for this imaging that I need for my surgery
yeah,
that I'm gonna have, as is the glory of the American healthcare system. But the trade-off is obviously in our glorious capitalist healthcare system. It means you can get treatment very, very quick.
right.
So I will be getting my treatment, my surgery right quick as soon as it hits October. So, would hate to have to wait in line behind all you other plebs in your socialized medicine hellhole countries.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but the good news is that obviously is not going to interfere with Nats. So I'll be playing Nats with two buttholes. It's no problem. Don't worry about it. I've been through worse. I played duos during an active ulcerative colitis flare, so this
Yeah.
will be a piece of cake.
Yeah, and of course, at duos, 2 players, 3 buttholes is the slogan for that tournament. So,
Don't tear me a new butthole. That's already too many.
Yeah. Oh, Disco Stew with the prime sub. Thank you, my bro. We're like 1 sub away from Hype Train level 2. Thank you, bro. 41 bloody months. You want that on the t-shirt? I know a guy that can make it happen.
2 buttholes.
I saw that movie. Wasn't that with Marky Mark? He was in that.
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. 2 buttholes. Right. We've got a guest waiting in the wings. We're gonna bring him in soon, but let's get to some pressing news first. So the first cab off the rank! Exclamation LF Discord and chat. If you haven't already done so, and you are a Laser Force, hopefully that link works. I just now realized I didn't test it. But yeah, if you want to join the Discord, head there, join the Discord.
It doesn't look right.
Well, I get a different one than you, no? I don't know. Someone tell me. Can you test that? I don't know.
You know what? You don't look right.
It doesn't work? Sick. Oh, Lucy with the gift sub. Legend.
There's our glitch for the week.
Thank you, Lucy. Level 2 hype train, baby. Or level 1, I don't know. I don't know how the hype trains work. All I know is that the hype train is well on its way to Brisbane Station. How many weeks out then?
Like 6.
Ooh, yeah, so excited. The link works. There you go. Thank you. Thanks, Dunks. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you want to join the Discord server, head to the link. Follow the instructions as we painstakingly talked Taipan through last week on stream. Because apparently, boomers or something. But yeah, it's where all the competitive Laser Force conversation is happening. It's actually I'm loving it. I'm loving the new Discord. It's been really good. It's kind of linked some people into conversations that I haven't had for a little while. So head there, go there, do that thing.
For sure.
Next cab off the rank. We've been talking it up. I think I don't think we did actually. I think it was announced this week during the week. But we've been talking about this concert that's happening on the Friday night, just after the awards dinner at Nats, August the
8th.
The 8th, but yeah, that time.
It's August 8th. It's the Friday.
August 8th, the Friday night. Our friends, These Four Walls, are playing a show in Brisbane. They're actually going on tour. But if you want to buy tickets, that's not the link. I've got the link here. If you want to buy tickets, head to that link there. Buy yourself some tickets to the show. It's going to be a good one. I think a bunch of us are going to that show after the awards dinner. So come and listen to some good music and hang out and have a good time. It's going to be cool. And I think for all of you over 35s.
Fuck off.
The show,
You know, you're on that list.
the show ends relatively early, so we can, be back at the holiday park probably before 11, which is cool. Yeah, early. Yes. But yeah, buy your tickets there. It's gonna be a good show. In other big news, did you guys see this week? Big news. Laser Force got a facelift.
Saw that.
Brimming with excitement this week.
I did not.
You haven't seen it yet,
So this is news.
yeah, this is news. Laser Force, these guys have got a new logo, and I think it's the new logo since. Well, the last one would have dropped. Like, I don't know.
It's
early
been a while.
2000s?
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mid
it's
2000s maybe.
yeah, it's
They've
a
gone
while.
through a couple of them, but it has been a while since
Well,
it's been updated.
Over under is 15 years. What's the over under? Are you guys taking the over or the under? 15 years.
Let's see. That would take us back to 2010.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say over, and that it's been longer
Yeah.
than that, because I'm gonna say this logo, the previous logo, probably came out about the same time as Gen 6. I want to say.
Yeah, that's what Beans just reckons as well. So,
Yeah, that sounds right. I think I'm trying to remember if the previous logo came out around about like 2004 Nats.
yeah,
Because I feel like that newer logo was on like the marketing material that I sent out for that tournament.
when was the Windows update? They went to XP.
That was Gen 6. That was Gen 6.
Windows the Windows update didn't happen until like 06, 07.
Yeah, because they were still running like what? Was it DOS? And
Yeah,
Ballarat?
it was
Yeah, through Gen 5.
Yeah.
No, Ballarat did have the Windows software. It just had it had very early scorecards.
That's right. It had just come out. That's right.
It had just come out.
Mm.
And so the only scorecards that had full stats on them were the standard games.
Yeah.
Which gets us back to why we were recording the fucking games for meta kits.
Yes.
When you all knew that Hoodlum was gonna win anyway, and he did. So what was the point?
Yeah.
I think it was pretty close between him and Mental, I think, that year, as it usually was.
Whatever. Looking back, while I am glad for like what that spawned because recording the games very much spawned eventually streaming once that kind of became a thing. That's definitely the root cause, as it were. Root cause is not the right phrase, but it's the one I'm going with because fuck you, that's why. However, I do look back at all the fucking time we spent going through those games each fucking night and kind of going, we could have been doing so many more fun things.
Think how many hot dogs you could have consumed.
I mean, also accurate.
Yeah.
Think how much more fun you could have had at 2011 if you hadn't had to manually enter all the MVP data.
Yeah.
I think I actually more. 2011 is more like, gee, how much better could we have done if I wasn't so fried from doing that, and I mean, you helped with that as well, so you were a little fried there. I mean, there were other things that went on that also didn't help, but yeah, I was definitely very crispy for doing all that data entry that week. It was not good.
Is that what your workmates call you? Crispy?
No.
This is a throwback to previous episode where I called you Chris and made everyone upset.
Very upsetting.
I'm
I'm getting upset now.
Yeah, I'm also getting upset now. Don't ever do that again.
Yo, chill the fuck out, Crispy. Yeah.
Always remember to backtrack, kids.
Yeah, it's I like it. I like the new logo. Some of you said you're on the fence. I'm not saying I'm not saying that at all. I'm not going to say that at all.
So it's the one on the Discord now. Is
yes.
the new logo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also, for those of you who still use Facebook, there's like a little promo video, which I really like. I like the promo video.
The promo video was cool.
Yeah.
It was on Instagram and everywhere else, I imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's...
And shout out, I believe the I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed. Fuck it. Shout out to Marco for all the work that he does in the Laser Force community. Whether or not that's related to what we were just talking about, who knows? But just a quick shout out. He also obviously designed this year's Nats logo. Every year's Nats logos. I got these ones sitting right here. I went back and I collected all the ones that we've had over the last 10 years, and they look really cool when you kind of looking at them like all together as well. So
yeah, they all have a culture to them. Like the only one that's a little different is like the 2019 one, but that one is also very stylized for how like the font at Detroit was. So it is very much like of the area of the arena. Like you always had that kind of local tie-in that goes with the logo. So in that sense, it does continue that.
That was Detroit's one, yeah?
Yeah.
And that was kind of their new logo. Well, it was no, it wasn't.
It was close to it. It was like clearly inspired by that.
Yeah.
Like the font and the coloring choices were very similar to their logo they'd done.
I'm a big fan of the first Loveland one, which I think was the first one that he. Oh no, it was the second one maybe. I think Syracuse was the first one. But yeah, there's some really cool ones. I'm gonna find a use for them, but at this point, like collecting all of the hats, I think is gonna be a good one going forward. Considering I make them, it's easy for me to do.
Yeah, it's nice that there's there's that consistent design language.
Well, it's his.
In them.
I mean, it's his.
Yes,
style,
yes.
right?
I am aware.
Yeah.
You know, Marco's done so much work for me over the years as well. But and even you know, with other stuff like he definitely has his own design language with it, where you can look at something and go, oh yeah, Marco did that.
Yeah.
But it's really, really cool. Yeah, if you put all the Nats logos next to each other, you can be like, there's this definite through line of like, oh yeah, yep, this all makes sense. This is all very consistent, and it's just clean and it looks good.
It's pretty sweet. He does a great job. Obviously, he did our artwork for the Resupply channel as well when we rebranded. And we went from our terrible stencilized faces to some actual good design. So, shout out to Marco. Real quick, and we won't keep our guest waiting too long because I can see that his battery is starting to go low. So we've gone through. Thank you to everyone who placed orders for the merch and for the Nats tees and all that sort of stuff. This week I've gone through and started collecting payment for stuff. If you haven't received the PayPal request from me yet, or if I haven't made contact with you, please reach out and I will send that through for you. But yeah, we are we're gonna get all the merch and stuff sorted. I'm actually a little bit concerned about how much crap I've got to bring with me. I'm not really too sure what we're gonna do there, but I might have to ship a box or something. We'll see what happens.
I mean, isn't this why you have teammates so you can put stuff in their luggage as well?
Yeah, like that. I gotta be willing to take stuff for me. We'll see. It should be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think I've got some half pass stuff. I think I've got your half pass stuff then, and I've got Baden's from like way back.
It's only a couple of years overdue at this point.
Yeah. It got lost in transit or something. But
I don't even remember what you owe me.
Oh, I do. It's
okay, well, as long as one.
No. I've got a box of treats. I'm also gonna bring a bunch of like half past trucker hats with me that are just currently sitting there collecting dust. So if you want one of those, let me know. We'll just give them out for free. Anyway, let's bring our guest on, shall we? Because
I guess.
like.
I suppose.
Yeah, we've had some good guests over the last couple of weeks. Been really good. Ladies and gentlemen, unbelievably, it's the first time we've had this legend on the podcast. Please join me in welcoming our good friend. The Fair Turkey is one of your names.
Gentlemen,
Who let you
lovely
in
to
here?
be on.
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
Well, I was about to ask if you've been taking good care of that belt since we gave it to you last year, but the answer is yes.
I'm gonna take a look. We cleaned it, replaced some bolts. Awesome.
That's a sweet looking cummerbund you've got there, my friend.
Thank you.
How are you? It's nice to see you. What's been going on?
I'm doing well. Oh, partying,
Yeah,
working. Keeping it real.
you've got that
with
party
that-
stash.
Yeah, I was about to say, with the mustache, you're obviously keeping it real. Yeah, for sure.
Super real.
I'm gonna just quickly adjust you here. Give you a little. There we go. See more of that belt. Oh yeah, look at that
Oh
belt.
yeah. There you go.
Oh.
If you adjust them
Yeah.
anymore, we're gonna get demonetized here.
That's where donations come in clutch, right?
yeah. We'll carry this shit offline. If you know what I
Join
mean.
our Patreon. We do not have a Patreon. Let's be very clear about that.
Not yet, at least. But yeah, dude, we haven't had you on the show, which every time I think, we'll get such and such on again. Like, oh no, we haven't had them on yet, which is dumb because we should have had you on way earlier than this. So thank you for coming to hang out with us today, dude.
Of course.
So I thought we'd have a chat about obviously internationals coming up. But before we get there, I thought we'd take a look back because obviously this year being in Brisbane, you actually played a nationals in Brisbane, I believe.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about it. So that was what, 2018?
2018. One of the best years of my life. It was so much fun.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Getting to meet so many people and explore really impacted me. I didn't actually know that it was one of the best years until later.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't get to appreciate it until later,
Yeah. So you came over. You didn't play with a US team. Is it you played with?
I did not.
Do you remember who was on your team?
Absolutely. We had Fishy,
Yep.
Yipsy, Angel, Screever, and Sexy Meow.
Yeah. Oh, was Meow on that team?
Yeah, Meow was
Yeah,
on that.
absolutely.
It's a good crew.
She was balling out too.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
she's awesome. I forgot that she was on your team.
Yeah.
Obviously making her comeback this year. That might have been the last time she played it. Was that tournament?
Isn't that what she said in chat like a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So how was that year for you? Like, what was that experience like for you?
I was a little delusional, I think. That was my first time experiencing jet lag, and I didn't know what was going on.
Did you get in on
That was crazy.
the Saturday?
I think I got there a little bit early.
Yeah.
I hung out with Taipan and Tragedy for like a good week
Yeah.
before the actual event even started. And then, I mean, I think we played like 3 days before that tournament started.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
That's rad. Like, especially to hang with, like, those guys specifically. Like, I mean, Traj. Traj is Traj.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
Me too. It's going to be interesting, actually, with him not playing this year, but kind of being around. What that kind of looks like. I'm sure it'll be good. He'll be probably chill.
Or will he be less chill because now he can't even play to get his frustrations out?
Yeah. We might have to get him to commentate all week.
He's gonna laugh at us.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So yeah, okay. So you go into that where you get there early. You hadn't played with any of these players before. What was the tournament experience like for you that year?
So I was still a huge butthole. I was an entitled kid.
Two buttholes.
One of two. Yeah, yeah. Um, we went through the week and we had our ups and downs as any lower to middle tier team would, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Because like there's always some kind of like conversational drama that doesn't really get anywhere, but like we found a lot of solutions to a lot of our problems and we tried really hard. Everybody on that team was like putting all of their effort in, and I mean it got us to sixth, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Like that kind of thing. I think because there's two ways that goes, right? Like there are a lot of players that will struggle early and then just be like, oh fuck it, I don't want to try anymore. Like I'm over it, and that just makes a bad situation so much worse.
So much worse.
Yeah. But um, it seemed like from memory, everyone stayed pretty positive. Like there were a couple of moments, but for the most part, pretty positive.
We had ups and downs.
Yeah.
I was definitely the dirty cheat of that tournament. I had like I was the cheatiest. But I think my captain also had a ton of penalties too. So like we were
Neck and neck.
battling
Who was
ourselves
the
just as
captain,
much as
Jake?
anyone else. It was Angel. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I remember that. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a race to the top.
A race to the top to get to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how that works sometimes.
Yeah. You gotta
Taipan almost had me. I give him credit.
Do you have like a standout memory from that year, like both in the maze and out of it?
Absolutely. One of the best games, one of the most like imprinting games that I've ever played was played at that tournament. We had a team meeting beforehand, and some people just didn't really want to play against the Golden Oldies. So we subbed in Cayman as our medic and Mookie as our scout.
Yeah.
And I think the game before that, we had Mookie and Odin's Fist playing for us. And in the second game, we managed to scrape a win off of the Golden Oldies, which was
that's awesome.
Oh, the dopamine rush. You can't even imagine.
I think we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone
maybe.
I was
can,
like,
it's us.
think about that list you just went through. How many of those people went on to be champions after that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be a formative set of games right there.
You are right. You guys have lived long enough to have those types of feelings.
Hey, first off, fuck you.
I have never been so offended by something I 100% agree with.
Yeah. But like to your point, Dan, like what that team was Rusty, Traj, Beast,
Jared,
Scorpion,
Fredo, and Scorpion.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
On paper, it might
Jesus.
be like the team of teams.
Definitely, that's definitely on paper. Even at the relative ages that all of them were, and the amount of play and the amount of play that they weren't doing at the time, that's still one of the best teams on paper that Brisbane's ever put out. And Brisbane's
It probably is the best.
Brisbane's put out
team
some
on paper.
really, really good teams over the years. So
I mean, other than Rusty, I wouldn't necessarily say that any of them were at their peak by 2018.
No.
Rusty was probably still playing pretty much at his peak, but nonetheless, they were all still so good. And yeah, I would say like on paper, it was like, yeah, they're the Golden Oldies for a reason. It was like bringing in the dream team essentially.
Yeah. Can you call it a peak if it's sustained?
yes.
Yeah. Fuck.
There's
plateau.
minor
Plateau.
minor variations, I would say, but yeah.
But yeah, like if you, I think maybe we gave all of those players shout outs on our Hall of Fame episode. Like,
I think so.
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, not that means anything.
Yeah. The only one I can think of who might have been borderline would have been Beast because just of the number of Nats that he'd played, but like playing ability, there was no question.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty safe to say that was a team of like 6 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, to take a game off a team like that, like
In their own field.
yeah, that's pretty special. What about like out of the arena? You got any like stuff you remember from that trip that was like, or even low points? Let's go both.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I was dealing with some heavy trauma, so like that whole year was a little bit up and down.
yeah,
But
Yep.
Yeah.
as far as high points go, like getting to experience the other side of the world was very like is very weird for me.
Yeah.
You guys down there, you have laws that say nobody messes with the food.
yeah.
And that's crazy. That's crazy.
As in,
Because
don't put
we got
shit in
these
it.
laws. Yeah, don't put shit in it, you
Yeah.
know? Like don't yeah. Yeah.
We're good like that.
Got a lot of people down there who care about being alive. It's really awesome.
Yeah,
What a bunch of weirdos.
dude, it's funny you say that, and I think I've spoken about it before, but driving in the US clearly tells me that people don't really give a fuck. Like they're like, well,
No.
we could probably die. Fuck it. If it's gonna happen,
Yeah,
it's gonna happen."
somebody was like, the way you guys eat and drive like you have free healthcare and you don't.
They don't.
New York is only 4 hours. Yeah, to my point, exactly that horse shit. What a bunch of bullshit that is. Took us like what 8? Fucking liar.
Well, I mean, granted, at certain times of day, New York City might be 4 hours away from New York City at any given time of the day. So
I think it did take us, of that 8, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get into the city. But yeah, like so. I think I cut you off, but like, did you have any like highlights from the non-laser force side of things?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Taipan became a really integral part of the like latter half of my childhood because I don't know about girls, but for me, like, and I think most of the boys I know, we didn't stop being kids until we were like 24,
Right.
you know?
Wait,
So like
none of the three of us have still stopped. So yeah, that's
Boys.
perfect. I'm glad to hear it keeps going.
it,
Yeah. Um, I love that man,
Yeah.
and he really helped give me a lot of perspective on a lot of things that were happening in my life,
Yeah.
Yep.
and it was really cool. We for like 3 straight years just talked every day.
Yeah. That's so. I was looking for something like clownish because that's my
Oh, sorry.
expertise, but we got something so much more
Better.
meaningful.
Well, there's the reality where like and again I'm gonna bring it down so we can bring it back up later. Like I know every single one of us on this show has struggled with various mental health things at various times. Like and like none of us have really made any secret about it at various times on the show. Like we used to have an entire segment where I would discuss what I was going through therapy wise and whatnot. So like the fact that you can make these connections within the community to kind of help get you through rough spots, as it were, and kind of know that there are people out there that's like, oh, cool, like I don't have to go through XYZ alone. Maybe this person doesn't know exactly what's going on or what the various the things are, but they're here for me. They care about me. They want to let me talk. They're happy to let me talk.
Just
And
not on their podcast.
and help work through things. Like that's a really fucking cool thing, and I'm glad that that was something that that Taipan was able to be for you for that for that time frame. Like, I mean, I'm sure he still is now, because he's kind of awesome, but don't ever let him hear me say that, because I'll never hear the end of it.
Good thing you're not on record saying that then.
I know. Good thing
Thank
we're
goodness.
not on a fucking podcast that he's gonna listen back to later.
Can't check this on the tube.
And check this. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like that's such a cool, great community thing of being kind of finding your people, finding your tribe, and being able to know that you're in a relatively safe place to be able to have those discussions and work through things. So yeah, that's awesome, bro. I'm glad that you got to have that for that, and I'm glad that helped you a lot.
It was good.
Do you think
He's good.
Yeah. He's all right. do you think that, like, when the Kelly brothers created Laser Force, do you think it ever, like, occurred to them that they were creating a game that would eventually, like, lead to things like that, lead to community that stretches like across the world? This is like the opposite side of the world. That's wild to think about, man.
There's no way it was in the sheets.
Nah.
Like,
I
all
mean,
right, step
if
number
they-
305.
If they said that back in the 1980s, I think people would have been like, "These guys sure have a high opinion of themselves, thinking it's gonna be a worldwide sensation." Okay, yeah, sure. So does every other business owner.
It's all in the blueprints.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a testament. Like, chat is saying the same thing. Like, Lucy joining us from Europe. Like, that's wild. And even, like, even 10 years ago, I would have said, like, all right, we've kind of got our community. The people that are playing now are the people that will probably, that'll be just the people going forwards. But no, it's gotten bigger. We've seen people like yourself grow from, like, kids into semi-well-adjusted adults.
Still kids.
It's still kids.
Old kids.
Yeah. Just with, more income to purchase toys and whatnot. Not sure.
More income to spend on laser tag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's wild. Did you go to the theme parks when you were down last?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember riding any roller coasters, but I did go to the zoo. That was cool.
Oh, like the Australia Zoo.
Yeah, we got to pet kangaroos and look at koalas. It was cool.
Rad.
Cayman came with. It was awesome.
Yeah. There's the Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary. I'm pretty sure is on the Gold Coast or in service on the Gold Coast. Yeah.
Gold Coast.
Emo with an emu.
An emu.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they've got bush turkey here. You can find a bush turkey. Apparently, you can't fuck with them.
A bush turkey.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
bush
no?
turkey.
Are they scary?
That's a bush fear turkey.
Yeah, I think they are scary. Everything in that country is pretty scary.
Anything that's in the bush is scary to you already, bro. So
Yeah, that's right. Which makes playing disc golf in Australia, it's
Terrifying.
Yeah.
if it goes into the tree lines, and he's like, "Nope,
Don't
this.
need that
one's
one."
gone. Don't need it.
Yeah.
You just got to bring someone you're faster than.
Yeah.
saw-
Wow. I'm fucked.
I saw a stick that looked like a snake, and I'm not going over there.
Yeah. Wait, I did. The first time I played disc golf there, I shanked a disc into grass that was waist high, and was like, I'm never seeing that again. I'm not getting that. And then a local was just like, "Oh yeah, I'll fucking get it," and he just like charged in there. I was like, "Thank you, you're a legend." And so they go into grass with as much reckless abandon as Americans drive with. Is probably what I'd compare it to. Yeah, fuck that noise.
I bet they're way more confident in not looking at their phone.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even go that far.
You might just
Nope.
hear, "Oh, Struth, the fucking snake," or something like that. Come to Australia, you might accidentally get killed. Yeah, that's their slogan. Yeah. Right. So you're coming back. I'd be remiss if I didn't touch on the 2023 trip, because obviously that was that the last time I caught up with you, right? Was in Auckland.
Yeah, you skipped our tournament.
Yeah. What
It's
are you
Well, we're getting to
crazy,
saying?
that.
right?
We're getting to that. We're getting to that. 2023
So
came before 2024,
2023,
buddy.
Yeah.
and in
2023. How
I
was that
know
year?
it was good. I loved New Zealand. I
Yeah.
would have loved to see more of it, but I got horrendously ill. Stallion.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, definitely Stallion.
Yeah.
Boo,
Boo.
Stallion.
Patient zero. Yeah, dude, that trip, aside from all the illness, and I think if I was gonna pick someone from our scene that would absolutely love New Zealand, it would have been you. Like,
Oh, I love New Zealand. Turns out
yeah.
I like boats.
What?
I'm a mountain man. I had never ridden on a boat before, so when you took us on the ferry, it blew my mind.
That's right. I forgot we
Oh,
did that.
that I didn't even think about that in terms of like when you would have been traveling, that would have been something that you would have never have had any sort of experience before.
We
Nope.
take that shit for
Oh,
granted, man. Like, you know, the harbor. So I obviously, for those who don't know, I live in an area where, like in Auckland, where, um, you know, we have an excellent ferry that goes across to the city, and from that ferry terminal was maybe the best view of Auckland City that you can get in Auckland City.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And sometimes we take it for granted.
You
As
do.
you do when you're surrounded by beautiful things. But yeah, I forgot that we did that actually. That was a really cool day.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Mischief's recap video and everything.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know about you guys. I periodically watch that video just for the vibes. It was
I 100% avoid that video because it enrages me that I wasn't there for a variety of reasons.
yeah.
And so like the one time that I'm so professional. I can hit my mic with my hand. The one time I watched it, it depressed me so much that I wasn't able to make that trip, and seeing everybody having such a great time, and I was happy everybody was having a good time. I was like, fuck, I should have been there.
Yeah.
And so I
Sorry you
just
missed it, bro.
can't. But yeah, anyway,
Sorry you missed it. It was maybe the best Nats ever, but you missed it. What can you do?
You know what? Fuck right the fuck off.
I would agree with you. That might have been the best Nats ever. As a whole.
As a whole.
Yeah, that's fair.
Aside from
Yeah,
the illness.
Aside from if not for the illness, it would have been like probably the most perfect trip I could imagine. But yeah, the illness takes it down like just
smidge.
slightly.
Yeah.
That's like 98% instead of 100.
Yeah. But yeah, that trip was great, and then we won't dwell too much on that because like I only bring it up just to.
It was one of my favorite Nats of all time. The ferry was phenomenal. I love riding boats, but like the general tone was actually just really fun. Everybody seemed like they getting to experience your culture was incredible. I forget the name of like what a New Zealand version of a luau is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the village.
Yeah.
So like getting to go out and eat food and elect you as our chief was sweet. Huge fan of that.
That was honestly, that might be the most special moment of any Laser Force. That meant a lot to me, that particular night, because none of that shit was planned. Like I don't think I knew that they did that. I don't think they knew that they like elected someone, but they were like, "Oh, have we got any volunteers?" And almost unanimously, we had 2 tables full of people, and everyone turned and went, "That guy." And the fact that it worked out because those other guys were useless at rock paper scissors. It kind of all worked out perfectly. Yeah. The only thing I wish, and they did say at the start, like, hey, don't take any videos or anything in the whare. I kind of wish somebody had done a sneaky video in there because it would have been nice to capture that, but it is what it is. But yeah, that was fucking awesome. Oh my god, so cool. All right, let's move on to last year.
You want to talk about last year?
Let's talk about last year, and then we'll look
So
forward.
I wore it.
How was last year for you?
Terrible. I'd never do it again.
Well done.
Yeah. So
It was
you guys
awesome.
you guys hosted, obviously. Loveland hosted internationals last year. Tell us a bit about
Absolutely.
your experience with that.
Do you want like the full 8 months of practice
Definitely.
and organization? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So the beginnings of this team started right after 2023 when me and Luke played for the East Coast team, and we lost horribly in the fourth round. We took fourth, which is fine. I mean, reasonably speaking, the fact that we had done as well as we had kind of like tricked us into thinking that we were going to be fine no matter what we did.
Do you mean during the week?
Yeah, so we were third all the way through round play, and then we got into finals and we pooped the bed with both of our buttholes.
Well, you guys certainly gave us a scare like right off the bat. I remember in that tournament where it was like, like no guys, they showed up to play too, so you need to pull your heads out of all of your buttholes and start playing better.
That finals series between our two teams was awesome. For us, obviously, it was more awesome because we came out with the win. But it was tough. It was a really tough final series. Yeah.
We kind of had communication breakdowns, and there was some misinformation going back and forth, and stuff like that can be what makes or breaks a team at a high level.
Yeah.
And fortunately for everyone who was not us in that arena, you guys, i.e. you guys, we kind of broke down.
Right.
And you guys smashed us. G&D came out and played some heavy, and it was the best heavy I had seen him play all week. just smashed our faces into the ground for a trophy. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then he immediately died right after.
Yeah.
Time for the ER.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. I was in the ER later on that afternoon.
Had a quick side quest to go address.
Yeah, it was shit. They were like, "Oh, come on in, Mr. Gardner. It's lovely to see you again."
Do you have your punch card?
Yeah. I said no. And
We
give me a new butthole. No.
Oh, you get a free X-ray today.
We just got to even you out.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys played there, and how did that?
Well, we kind of started. Yeah, we really started reevaluating what it takes to build a team that's designed to win, and like what kind of because no matter how talented people are, personality conflicts are real, and they create circumstances that you can't really control. And so like bringing down personality conflict and bringing up talent that wants to do this and wants to work together is like really important. So we started just kind of, how do I say this, spreading out our tendrils, just experiencing some, we were just like throwing some feelers out there, figuring out what people wanted. And we had a lot of different ideas because we have a pretty solid sized talent pool between like all of our new players and all of our older players and everybody.
Having a side to play at helps with that.
Yeah. Aren't you jealous?
Yes. Yes, that is entirely why I said that. I am 100. That statement was bitterness and jealousy all rolled up into one. So there you go.
Good, because you're not hiding it well.
I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
How do
I
you
wanna be able to hear
feel,
it.
fam?
Homeless. Build a team in Portland, you coward.
Yeah, I have more of an excuse than Than does. I don't have even a FEC 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that FEC doesn't know who I am, so
As we've demonstrated several times.
You could refer them to the podcast. You got like hundreds of episodes. They could get to know you.
Yeah, I like how you see episodes and not fans. 'Cause that's accurate.
There are dozens of us.
Yeah.
Dozens.
Dozens.
So okay, so and you're right. Like there is a correlation between the amount of talent you have and the outcomes of last year's nationals, which we'll get to in a minute. But did this basically start like almost immediately when you guys returned from Auckland? Like
We were flying back.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's so awesome.
I was having a mental crisis because I didn't want to come back to the United States. I was
Valid.
this close to being an illegal immigrant in New Zealand. This close.
Dude, honestly, you'd fit right in with the locals. Like you barely tell. We look the same.
They would never know.
You just you gotta get good at this. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. You need some practice.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, there you go.
perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you're on the plane.
We
heading back. Sorry, yeah, keep going.
no, you're good. We were freaking out as far as just like comprehending all of the different ideas that we had. So Luke kind of took charge for a while as far as like organizational stuff goes. And for those of you that don't know, the Loveland dynamic for competitive teams, especially like before recently, has been kind of me and Luke running the show and doing all of the kind of strategizing and all the sims and stuff,
Yeah.
But like people all over our team pitch in whenever they have time, right? And like not that I wish anyone was more committed than they already are, because they tried really hard. They put their whole hearts into this. And like Sergeant Tucker or Simply Okay, they always had a lot to say.
That's good too. If you got buy-in, you need the buy-in, right? You need the buy-in from your entire team. I think Than, you touched on it the other week when you're talking about the change in culture in Auckland. Like,
yeah.
You had me and Virus had your back immediately, and like, I think you need that. You need people to buy in and accept. Hey, we all share a vision of where we want to go. Let's be champions of that. Like, let's all want it. That's rad. So you get back. Did you play with your lineups, like over the first like little while, or did you kind of find like who you're like, okay, this is our 7 or 6 or 7 or
So it got messy.
perfect.
The first thing we did is we tested out a whole bunch of stuff and we tried to figure out where people were and just what people were good at and what we could use in our general plan. We broke it down pretty quickly, and the first thing that Luke said is, okay, Josiah is playing heavy in finals. This is what we want. And if I am playing heavy, who do I want to be my medic? Right? And that synergy was very important for us to be able to build off of. And the first person I picked was Sergeant Tucker. He's always been, if not still, one of my favorite people to play with, just throughout all of the years that we've played together. He, myself, and Simply Okay all used to live in an apartment together. We were roommates for a hot minute. It was super fun.
That's rad. Come home and like 2 of you are hiding behind the couch, ready to like resupply the other one as they come in from work or something.
Like, where are we going with this?
If
Yeah.
we had laser tag, I swear.
That's rad. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know you're not your favorite anymore. Shut Tucker.
He's
They were roommates.
he was my first choice, and he would be if I were to go again. I can't see the chat, so I can't see what he's saying to me.
He's just talking shit. It's
he's
fine.
just complaining.
But it's I've tuned it out
Yeah,
over years.
smart.
You have to. That's just how that goes.
Dude, it's so
It's fine.
important though, right? Like if you have that person that you trust, that not only that you trust that they're gonna play the game like as and be cool with playing medic, but also trust that like outside of the game they're gonna not be a fuckwit.
Oh, I mean, everybody has the capacity to be a fuckwit.
Yeah.
But
Correct.
like he genuinely wanted to win a tournament.
Yeah.
And we, like all of us at Loveland, especially that year, had a bleeding desire to prove ourselves as not garbage.
Saw it.
The-
Blood in the eyes.
The 2015 tournament when our A team took, I don't remember if it was
It's
seventh or
seventh.
sixth.
I think,
Seventh,
it was seventh. It was 7th out of 10. To be clear.
There was a lot of cope, not a lot of acknowledgement, and then that stuff started to grow into acknowledgement over years and years, and a couple more years. It took a little bit, but I think that we kind of socially matured enough to realize that if we work together, we can do whatever we want. We have the advantage because everyone has to come to us, and we just have to work hard.
Yep.
Put in the reps.
So you guys, Loveland, in a very, very good situation where not only have you got like a really talented A team, but you have enough depth where your B team is also really, really good, which, I don't know, like it's actually quite a rare thing. Like if you have enough people, if you have 12 people that are all Nats caliber players, that puts you in such good stead in your like build up to the tournament, right? Like how kind of instrumental was that? Like
It not all of them were at that level yet, and when we finished building our A team, the first thing that happened was Strikva Ash decided to drop.
right.
Didn't want to play with us, wanted to play for the B team, which is fine,
Yep.
And I mean, we have 8 players that can play at that level and can kind of slot in however we need them. But if we run into a situation where we need really like good practice, just takes a little bit of clever planning, I think, more than anything, and then just kind of letting them figure out what they need and ask questions whenever they want, and we always try and like answer them.
Yeah.
Every single meeting that we had was a public meeting, so for the A team to meet up, the B team was completely invited to like come see what we were doing, what we're talking about, kind of how we're planning things and we're structuring our teams. And consistently they showed up to
Awesome.
like listen and learn. And they got, I mean, from the month 8, right, leading up to Nats, they were incredible by the time that we had stopped. I had actually left town to go to Michigan and hang out with Rhea and Stu. I just dropped in. I didn't warn them at all.
Well done. Well done.
I just dropped in like it was hot. It was awesome. And while I was gone, they did a practice and they actually took a game off of our A team
Awesome.
during those practices. And I would have given literally anything to be in the room and hear them cheer. Because they, after 7 months of just getting your face beaten, and then they came in and just like took a poop on us. That's so good.
That's giving me chills. Like I
Just thinking about it.
Oh, I love that shit. That's the best part of our competitive scene is when stuff like that happens.
That when you work hard, you can achieve what
Yeah.
you want. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember like subbing in a game for your B team at one of the Mega Members nights. I think it
Yep.
was like the one like six. It was like one like 6 months out,
Mm.
and even then it was kind of like, okay, like you could see that there was definitely seeds of talent there, and they just needed a little bit of push, as it were. And then coming back like 3 months or whatever before the tournament, and just watching them play, it's like, okay, yep, they have ramped in that three months. So yeah, no, the fact that you guys were actively putting in the work with them as well was definitely a huge benefit, and actually, says a lot for, where you guys all were, maturity and mental wise, that you're like, we want to make sure that, yes, we're bettering ourselves, but we want to make sure that we bring them along as well, so that, we can I mean, there's some selfishness there. You want to have better people to play against, so you can keep sharpening yourselves. But it does have the nice net benefit of everybody's improving, so everybody can keep improving, and so we can, so you can show the wider community that Loveland is not a bunch of mugs anymore at tournaments. So mission
It was
accomplished.
a bit of a transformation. We went through a lot of different rebuilding phases because, like, Caleb moved away. Well, Slaughtermelon. I'm sorry for name dropping you there, but he moved away after the 2019 Nats, where we shit the bed and took seventh,
Right.
and like it left a lot of vacancy because he was so good, and I I mean, the road to finding Ghost was a long one. It was an arduous journey, but we got some people that can do some stuff. It's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Yeah,
You
and
missed
like
out. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. Yeah. it
I remember thinking in watching you guys over previous years that it seemed like almost every year there was just some little component that went a little bit wrong, but because the tournament scene was so competitive, like you guys would end up going out in like fifth, sixth, seventh, like way lower than you would expect based on just the level of talent that you had. It was either somebody wasn't playing the right position, you had one person who wasn't on the same page with you guys, or your talent was like split up amongst different teams, any of that kind of stuff. But I remember thinking in the run up to last year's Nats, when we started playing the Mega Members nights and it became obvious who your guys' A team was, I was like, they found it. They put it together. They found the right six. They got it together. They should, if nothing else goes wrong, they should win. They should win this year, and you did.
He's got the highway to prove it. The championship come abund. So sweet. So sweet.
I was waiting for the Josiah Luke 3-hit combo to come out. I'm just like, they must be holding that one in their back pocket. I know they're not going to play this whole tournament out this way.
Did you guys not?
You guys saw it. Oh, we had a feint. We put out a little fake one, and then we hit them with the real one in finals. We tricked everybody into thinking that me Commander was going to be our big card by kind of teasing me throughout the week.
Honestly, that's what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be you, Commander Luke Heavy, rather than the other way around. I didn't think it was bad the other way by any stretch of the imagination, but that is at least mentally like what I was thinking.
I'm just still happy that you guys, as 3 hits, gave me my tournament highlight. So that's
Hey,
When
no
they were
problem.
standing there, and you were like, "Dook, dook, dook,
yeah.
dook."
When I reset them both down, and the look on Luke's face was, oh, damn it.
Yeah, he ran in, ruined my play, and told me to leave.
You know how
Like a
these
good
selfish ass
captain.
commanders roll.
I was like, all right, Luke, I'll leave. I'm at 2 lives anyways. Get me out of here.
Beans reckon he never got to play you guys last year. Is that because he wasn't in the game, or did you guys not play? You guys would have played Syracuse, yeah?
They would have played him once.
They had
I
7.
may have-
That might have been the game Beans was sitting out.
I may have subbed out against Syracuse anyways.
He
but
just said
We
he
had
said,
7, so.
Yeah, that's right. You did field 7. Playing the good team is for people with wrists. Hello, Aiden. Nice to see you. Too fast. Didn't want to risk it even more. Yeah, fair enough, dude. Like, Lenny made an interesting point before. He said medics and tourneys need to have the least ego, but still the desire to win. That's a really good point because, like,
Yep.
And that's the hardest thing.
yeah, I haven't really properly played Resupply at a tournament. We went into the Auckland tournament with the expectation that I would play Resupply, and so I've never really had like the perspective of that. So it is an interesting way to think of it. Like, yeah, you have to you have to still want to win. You just do it in a different way, right? You just do it in a way that affects the game differently. You're not just running out there and shooting people.
Yeah, you have to be a lot more in control of what you're doing and a lot more even keel. Because if you're having a bad day as a resupply and like you're missing your doubles, you're costing your team time. And you can get away with costing your team time at a members night. You cannot get away with costing your team time at a nationals. Like, maybe you can get away with like one missed double a game.
Yeah.
Maybe. Depending upon the amount of pressure you're under and everything. Like, obviously there are some times where you've got enough control of the game that you miss a double because for whatever reason, it's like, oh, well, oops, whatever. But there are enough times with the level that some of these games are at, that one missed double could be the difference between you holding a scenario and you being absolutely totally fucked in a scenario.
Yeah.
Well, and for me, the other thing was too, like, my goal for myself in playing Medic in 2023 was don't give away an extra reset when you get put down. Like, make sure you're getting to a safe area within 4 seconds so you don't eat that reset. And every time you do, it's like, fuck, like that's an extra life that I just lost because I wasn't fast enough or I wasn't smart enough to get in the right spot. And like, as a scout, that's whatever. It's annoying, but you're only gonna be down a few more seconds. As medic, it's just like, no, I only have 20 of those, and I can't give them away like that. That sucks.
You could be the least important and most important cog in your team winning games. Yeah. 100%. I agree.
You really ought to try it, G&D. I've had one ammo tournament myself, and it was a whole lot of fun.
I think that the plan is that I will be playing Medic this tournament.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Yeah, but
We'll see.
We'll see. I am getting fit. So we had a team practice last weekend. Is our first kind of like proper Nats practice. Because part of our team are based in Sydney, so it makes it a little hard.
Yeah.
But that was the first time in a long time where my knees weren't like instantly like in pain.
Nice.
So I think
the
work's paying off.
Nice.
But
That's great.
the prospect of crouching for every single game in Brisbane is a terrifying prospect.
Correct.
Yeah.
100%. I'm bringing multiple knee braces, so that should tell you how I'm going to be dealing with that.
I haven't played with mine. I've taken them off, which has been nice.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn the clock back, mate.
Yeah. Well, he also hasn't had one of those knees reconstructed.
That is also true.
Do the knee braces give a stacking buff or something?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, literally stacking.
It's more like they cancel a debuff than actually giving a buff, but yes.
Which basically means they're a buff. So fuck off, Aiden.
It's funny because I don't feel buff. Yeah. So you guys end up playing an excellent tournament last year.
100%.
And so I got to commentate obviously for the week, and like doing the interviews at the end of last year's Nats with you guys. Man, it was you could tell like something special just happened. Like it was awesome to kind of even like a step removed I wasn't in the building, but like shout out to I think Beans who went and got the cameras and followed you guys around in the arena and then like out in the armory and then in the foyer. Like, what was that like for you and for your team?
As soon as the game ended, I walked to blue base by my lonesome, and I sat there and I stared at the wall for a couple of seconds, and just decompressing a little bit because I was a little overloaded.
Yeah,
Feel ya.
yeah,
Feel ya.
That whole week was a mess.
yeah.
We lost a day because of some financial stuff, and then there was a natural disaster going on, so we weren't allowed to go outside.
Yep,
I forgot
that's
about
accurate.
that.
Yeah, there was a fire going on 20 miles away. It was
That's
terrible.
gnarly.
Yeah.
So you come out, you guys celebrate. Does it still give you the
Yeah, it was
tingles?
super awkward. You know how I am. I'm a cringy guy. So I walked out, thanked everyone for being there, and then thanked them again because I can't stop talking.
So we've all of us currently on the podcast, we've all experienced that. Like, does it still like give you the same feeling when you like think back on it? Like, do you still get the nervous gut and the like the tingles and that stuff, or you kind of like, no, we'll put that one down and we'll move on to the next thing?
This the second one. I don't feel very much about it. I'm weird with senses of accomplishment or achievement, regardless of how much I wear, do stuff
Championship
like this.
cummerbund?
But like,
I'm not one
I'm
for
ready.
self-aggrandizement, but
It's probably not going to be this tournament, but because winning an away tournament is significantly harder than winning a home tournament, and I mean that's the next step, right? If Loveland is actually good and we're actually a good site, then we have to win an away tournament.
Yeah.
Which means like we have to be very serious and keep getting better and keep like improving on little things and trying to like figure out all sorts of niche things that you normally wouldn't get to figure out from like a members night game, which is hard to find time for stuff like that when everybody wants to just play laser tag,
Yeah. We're trying to it's been an interesting run in the lead up to this Nats for us because we've got a lot of players who are relatively new or haven't
that's exciting.
Yeah, oh dude, it's great, but like but one thing that what kind of felt the same that it has in the past is when you have a night where okay, tonight is our Nats training. We're here not necessarily to just win your games, but we're here to work on specific scenarios or team dynamics or whatever the case is. It's interesting to see how the aggression kind of shifts. Like we like we had people after say, oh well, we noticed that things seem less angry than like our regular members night, and it's not like our regular members nights have been super angry because we've made strides to kind of chill the fuck out, but but it's different. It's a different vibe. It's a really focused vibe. Do you guys did you have that kind of thing in your lead up, or is it like has it always been like super intense, angry?
Our lead up was very focused.
Yeah.
Basically every game that was like a practice game, everyone was very serious about what was going on because we had a goal, right? And there's the vote. Well, the goal is a little bit more vague this time, so there's a little bit less focus right now, and people are they're kind of like they're excited. I mean, we've got a bunch of people showing up to Brisbane who all really want to go and like compete and play.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think that part of having such a young group is those emotions are going to be a little bit less controlled and a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So like we're dealing with all of our stuff as we can, But like every once in a while we all get it, a little flair.
Yeah, of course.
It's accurate.
Crazy. How is it though?
Yes.
Like kind of being you know, because you at one point you guys were that, right? Like you guys were the young,
Whippersnappers.
yeah, I would say like overly emotional, not in a bad way, just in a
Oh,
way.
I'd agree.
Yeah. So
we
how?
were. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go. You go.
We were out of control. Is what I was gonna say.
Right. But now that I guess the roles have changed, right? Like you guys are now the older statesmen, helping your younger players kind of navigate that. Is that kind of accurate? Like you're trying to prepare them for the mental challenges that come from like, you know, nationals or internationals?
The line between helping them and making it worse are a little blurry sometimes. You know, it's hard because, like, I mean, kind of like how we started. We had never done anything like this before. None of us have any idea what we're doing, and we're kind of just the blind leading the blind. And that hasn't changed at all. We're still blind and we don't know what we're doing, but we're trying, you know, putting our best effort forward.
That's good. Yeah, keep jumping.
Gabe the Babe is one of our new players that's going to Brisbane, and he's incredible.
Awesome.
I cannot say enough nice things about that guy. He's freaking stellar.
That's awesome. He's obviously been pretty involved in some of the behind the scenes stuff as well. From like, you know, like stream kind of related stuff, and so I've had a little bit to do with Gabe over the last, you know, like few months especially, but I'm very much looking forward to meeting Gabe in the flesh.
He likes you.
Yes.
He's excited to see you too. Yeah,
Well,
that's
I mean,
right.
to be fair, everybody likes Steve-O. I don't think there's anybody in the community that doesn't like Steve-O.
Oh, I'm sure there is. There's got to be.
If there are, I'm very suspicious of them.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
that
like-
person is not to be trusted.
Yeah,
I
like
care
that's
for Job.
that is literally a metric that I have. Do you like Steve-O? If answer equals no, yeah, you're super sus. I'm sorry. That's just how that is.
Shush.
Can't hate that guy. He's the chief.
Yeah. Good chief, some shit. No, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. But yeah, it's gonna be cool to meet Gabe in the flesh and kind of I'm actually really looking forward to meeting because I don't know if I've met some of your younger players, but maybe just Ezra actually.
Trying to think.
You
maybe.
met Judoku.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I think
he's
I did.
in 2022.
Yeah.
But he's not. Is he coming to Nats?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I mean. Like
what I'm
the
saying.
ones
I meant
coming
like
to
of people coming to Nats. Yeah.
Because he's one of our fresh boys.
Yeah.
We like that guy.
There's a bunch of your of the Loveland team that I haven't met that I'm looking forward to. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Could have met them all.
Could have.
Could have met them all.
We're in this weird situation. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I'll tell you after.
All right, no problem.
Every time, and so just because it bears repeating, anytime that you miss going to internationals, you will regret it. You
100%.
will absolutely regret not going to internationals.
Yep.
I love the game, and I probably speak for a lot of people where I say I love the game and I love the people that play it. Like, it's definitely
most you're okay.
Yeah, but it's
it takes a while. You know?
yeah.
Correct.
The more events you go to, the higher chance that I'm going to love you because I'm going to see you more often.
Yeah, you fucking old hat.
That is also valid. Yeah, that's 100% valid.
So let's shift our focus to this nationals or internationals.
Yeah.
You guys are all on the same team this year.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's funny that weird that our like half of our team is on this podcast now, and it's not the half that you'd expect. It's weird. It's weird.
It's the prettier half, I think.
Fuck you, guy. How much of this year let me ask that, but better. Are you looking forward to this tournament, or what is it about this tournament that you're looking forward to especially?
Last time I had to learn how to play the arena, and I had to learn how to play with a new team
Mm.
with people I had never met before, and trying to like navigate this place I had never been to, just like environmentally, right? Like I had no idea where I was at any point in time during that week.
Yeah, I mean
But
the sky is different, right? You look
the
up and
sky's
the sky
literally
is different.
different.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's such a weird
There's
thing.
ocean.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah. There's
Everyone
humidity.
sounds
It's weird.
weird.
There's humidity. Every time I breathe, I can have oxygen. This is insanity.
Shout out
Um,
Loveland.
these are this time I'm coming in with a team of people that I know.
Mm.
Most of people on on this team I've played with at some point or another in some kind of random game, and I have a small idea as to how we're gonna gel.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely like people who I'm really looking to play against and looking to beat. So
Yeah. Who? I mean, not to not to be overly subtle about it. Our team's games are gonna be excellent once again. I think.
I'd agree with that.
we're gonna poop your pants with two buttholes.
That's right.
I could put my own pants. Thank you very much.
Mm.
But like, or I guess to compare like the last time I played against you specifically, like, those were some of the games that I look forward to the most, because I think there's like we've got similar comps, right? Like in Auckland, I would say, and even like it's easy with hindsight, but like comparing ourselves to Brisbane, I never really find us like I wouldn't not equal, but we're not like the same kind of team. And it was the same. I had the same kind of feeling with the West Coast team, but with the East Coast team, I don't know. Maybe it's like that team specifically, like comparing the King brothers to like yourself. Like I've got a lot of comps between me and like Cody, because we sort of play heavy in a similar way, like those sorts of things. And so looking at your team this year, I don't know, like I would probably do the same kind of comps as well. Yeah,
My team's gonna be weird as hell, G&D.
yeah.
We're gonna be weird as hell.
Like partway through a game, you just put your finger in my ear or something like that, kind of weird, or showing up
wouldn't
to
You
do that.
want to
practice with
be
the
interesting to
proposal.
find out.
Oh no.
I'm definitely
Don't
looking
ask to
forward
open
to
your
it.
presents before
I'm looking
before
forward to
Christmas,
it.
G&D.
It's it's gonna be good. I always enjoy playing like DK and Than, especially like against them, because we've known each other for so long and history and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to feel that with you as well. We're getting the good rivalry going.
It's gonna be fun. I
Yeah.
like playing against you. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Well, I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to playing on Josiah's team because it's gotten to be over tournaments for the last few years. I've been like, man, I really hate playing against that guy. Usually, when I hate playing against someone, it means I'm gonna like playing with them.
Yeah.
Because I know that they're clever and sneaky and they're on my tricks, and I need to try something else.
Sniffing for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super happy to not have Saya trying to shoot me this year. Like that is genuinely super exciting for me.
Fuck off! I'll be playing Minute.
Plus, like Saya, I don't know if you remember this conversation that I think we had back in like Cedar City, like just after it had been purchased by Thunder and the rest of them, and we were up on top of the roof of the.
I loved that conversation.
Yeah, of the facility, and like looking at the view, and I remember we were having a nice, deep and meaningful about stuff, and it was very cool. And one of the comments that you made like during that was that you really hoped that we would be able to play on a team together someday.
Here's my chance. Yeah.
And so the fact that it is happening now, like I think that's 4 years later, is pretty fucking cool, because it's been occasionally painful but mostly fun, like watching your evolution as a player over time, and evolution in other ways too. But that's neither here nor there for purposes of this conversation. So yeah, like I say it half jokingly that like I'm really excited for you not to be shooting me this particular tournament, but I really am happy that you are not trying to shoot me this tournament because I'm really fucking sick of you shooting me in tournaments.
That's all right. You'll be
Quit this
fine.
shit. Do
Just don't stand up when I need a reset.
We'll see.
outside of people that you've played with in tournaments, is there anyone that you would love to play a tournament with?
Ooh,
And
that's tough.
I would put that to the boys, to the wider group as well. But yeah, outside of someone you've already played a tournament with, because yeah, for me I was like, oh, Rusty maybe, but I played a tournament with him.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to guess if I've ever played a game on the same team as Brent, and
Yeah, wasn't he? Didn't he at
maybe?
least like sub for one of your teams when you went to? Maybe it was when you went to Newcastle, or one of the other Nats you went there.
He wasn't there in Newcastle.
Because I was asking you for a scouting report on him before we did the tournament in 2002. And I remember you making a line like, "Oh, when he subbed on my team, when you were wherever, like he gave me at least 4 nukes every game." And to me at the time, I was just like, "Oh, wow, that's a lot of nukes." Because we were mostly playing 10-minute games at that point, I think.
He does that.
Yeah,
but I just remember you mentioning that in some kind of like offhand way. I know I've played like random games with him. But...
Yeah, I must have at some point, just by nature of things. But it's been so long since I've played.
I'd put it as a competitive game, like in a tournament.
Yeah, I've never played a competitive game with him. So would that be a lot of fun? I think so.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, really, like most of the Brisbane players, I would like. I think that'd be a lot of fun to play on a team with Rusty and Taipan, and it would have been cool to play on a team. Well, actually, I did like sub some games for league teams for Traj on some of my visits back in the day, and got yelled at a whole bunch, as you can imagine. So I've done that, and I don't necessarily need to repeat that particular experience. So,
I would have said like Jared.
Yeah,
I would love to play on a team with Jared. Yeah, Jared and or Beast, because they're the same person.
Well, I remember a discussion Scythe and I had one time. I think it was in 2018. It might have been 2014 though, where we were both like, "Man, I wish I could stay down here to like play a whole league, a whole Brisbane league. Like regardless of who I was on a team with. Like I would also like Dan. I'd love to have a chance to play with Rusty just to see how it looks from the other side, instead of him just pooping on me constantly. But the idea of being able to play in that kind of system week in, week out, even if I was still playing against some of those people, but to like just get that kind of churn over time, I think would be a really cool thing.
I 100% remember you telling me about that conversation. And I think it was like after you got back, and we were talking about it, and I have a very clear memory of us discussing it either in person or over chat or something, where you were like, "Yeah, I would love to be able to just do a season and just get that experience."
Leagues are really fun. I miss leagues. Haven't played in a league in 2018 was the last time.
The millennium.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's obviously since our site closed, but even it was probably a year before that we had any kind of semblance of a league. But yeah, it's too bad.
We've only ever had like the one. But yeah, who have you got, Josiah?
You want like a top 5? Because I want to play with everybody.
Yes. Sure. Absolutely.
My number 1 on my list, and everybody always tells me I got this guy on a pedestal, is definitely Scythe.
Yeah.
I like that guy a lot, and he's also really good, so that's always a bonus here.
Dude,
the next one is Odin's Fist. Go ahead.
Quick, I don't mean I hate cutting.
No, you're good.
Guests, but his commentary, like for anyone who missed his color commentary at Nats last year, it speaks to like him as such a talented player, Like, it was so awesome.
sure.
I like really cherished like being able to do some of that co-commentary with him because he's so knowledgeable about the game. Like, and so if you're on his team, I would imagine that's just ramped up again, right? Like he's that guy, but in the competitive mindset.
I mean, of course, he doesn't have to info dump me, if he doesn't want to. I get it. There's a lot of people that don't really want to share secrets, and I get that. But like, just to like, in Sacramento 2017, that national tournament,
Yeah.
he made me a fan when we were playing a game and we were beating them, and it was right after he had his injury where he rammed his knee into a pole,
Mm-hmm.
and they walled, and he scored 14K.
Yeah.
Just killed us all.
I remember that. Yeah.
No, it infuriating, but also like there's a moment where like the humility overtakes things, and you just like start to be enamored by what's unfolding in front of you.
Because it's very rare that like people can actually like people talk about backpacking a team. He's one of only a couple or one of a few that can actually that
Backpack a
applies to,
team.
right? And I think actually that game was I think the first time I had heard that particular phrase like backpacking a team was off. I'm pretty sure it was that game. Oh yeah, so good.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
Huge fan.
massive.
All right, so aside
Plus,
from
he's
who
funny.
else?
Odin's Fist.
Yeah.
Huge fan of Odin's Fist for
He's all right.
10,000 years now.
Yeah,
Alright.
he's in chat too. So
He's better than all right. He's great.
Great hang,
Um,
great teammate.
yeah, true story.
The way that he sees the game and he just like figures out what the plan is and screws it all up is just so fun. I'm a huge fan.
It's valid.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
The next person would actually be you, G&D. I'm a huge fan of your witty sarcasm and
it's
your
just a
ability to
mouth.
shoot dorks.
Just a mouthy fuck.
Just a
No,
mouthy
that's
fuck.
not for you
That's
to say.
right.
Yeah,
That's my chief right there.
And I just want to put it out there. When I brought this topic up, I wasn't fishing for that. But that's very nice of you to say.
That's all right. Frankly, like you're very, let's say, experienced. So I think it would be very fun for us to like just talk even
Yeah.
about laser tag.
Well, I mean, we got to do that when you were out here anyway. So
And it was great.
yeah, and we kind of did. I crashed your team meeting the other night. And we kind of stayed on for almost another hour after your team meeting ended, and me, you, and Joe kind of shut the shit. So yeah, nah, I feel
And we were chilling. It was great. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, Malcolm. Apparently Malcolm really wants to get in on this conversations too, so sorry, Saya.
He wants to play with Meow.
You're fine. I love a cat. Meow.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm also a huge fan of Snuffles. Snuffles is definitely on that list. He's just one of the most pleasant people ever, and I'm one of his biggest fans.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He's very
Just
easy to
general.
play with, which is really good when you have like an elite level player. If it's easy for them to slot in and you just get along, someone's going to do their job and they're going to do it drama free. It's definitely great for that. Great player.
I will concede though, I'm not his number one fan. That's definitely his mom.
Yes, we have the chat records to prove it.
It's not even close. Yeah.
Oh, actually,
He's
I don't think that she likes me. That's someone that.
Oh.
Yeah. They're just
Okay.
sus.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that's fine. That's okay. I don't like it's family members are not a big fan of me because again, mouthy cunt. Yeah.
Steve's not the LDS's cup of tea.
No, I am not. They're like, I like the guy's look, but he opens his mouth. Not a fan.
All right, and last but not least,
Last but not least, he doesn't watch the podcast, and we technically played on a team together for one day. He quit because of one of our turd burglar teammates in 2022. But my boy, the Rat, all right. I've known this guy since the 3rd grade, and we've never played a full laser tag tournament together. It's
Really?
not acceptable. Yeah.
So but the Rat did play in Loveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the B
In
team.
Yep.
Yeah, but no longer plays.
He pops in every once in a while. He moved like
Ah.
2 hours away, deeper into the mountains, where the internet is better, I guess.
Well, it's closer to space, so it's easier for the signal to get there.
And he's got that sweet Elon Wi-Fi. Yeah.
He's like, I'm not wasting my data on these chumps. That's smart. That's good interneting. That's a good list, and cool that you've got, I guess, somebody relatively home based on that list, because
Yeah.
like once you start playing a few tournaments, you generally get to play those competitive games with almost everyone at your site. Unless they're real trash, and then who cares? But like, yeah, it's cool that you got someone from home on there. That's rad.
I'll FOMO him in eventually,
Yeah.
but it's gonna take a while.
Yeah. How long are you down for?
I'm not gonna be down for too long. Unfortunately, my job is like, we need you back ASAP. So
Yeah.
I'm there from the 30th until the 10th.
So same as us, pretty much.
Yeah, what the Friday until
The 30th is Thursday, so he gets in a day before we do, but leaves the same day we do.
you got plans
Probably the
on-
same flight.
Yeah, there's a very real possibility that you're on the same flight as we are.
Is it the
We're
Sunday?
going to LA.
Oh, then we're not on the
Oh,
same
then
flight.
not. No, too bad.
Is that the Sunday? You
Wah, wah.
guys fly out on the Sunday?
Hmm.
Oh, that's a shame.
There's still a possibility I could look into changing my flight coming back a little bit later, but it would mean that like the last 3 days I'm there, I'd have to be checking my email pretty regularly because that's like the first 3 days of the term.
Yeah.
So it's just a question of A, how much is that going to cost? Because I have like my medical shit now, and B, like how much is that going to like detract from the fun? The fact that I'm going to be on weird hours, like having to answer emails and shit. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at least going to investigate. I'm going to investigate.
Just move here. It's my
Easy peasy.
easy peasy. Just move in with me.
Sell all your shit and come on down.
That's exactly right. And if you did sell all your shit, then you could buy all of the shit here because it's good exchange rate.
Or just don't. Just run away.
Oh yeah.
When
just
it's time for the flight to transfer, just run.
It was so weird because they did the call, but I didn't hear it, and so I had to go back to Steve's house. It's strange.
Help me out, Chief.
Yeah, I got on a flight and ended up in Auckland. It was so weird.
Yeah, it was a nonstop flight from Brisbane to San Francisco, but somehow I'm in Auckland. It's weird. I don't know.
Shit happens, man.
Shit does indeed.
Mine stops through Auckland, so
Does it really?
it'll be fun.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna be there though.
Not long enough.
Not long enough. Well, it never is it?
True that.
Chief Steve will harbor us. Yeah, I might have some extra space for you guys too. So we'll see.
Even the airport was cool since I had to spend like 9 hours at the Auckland airport when we left the last time.
Did
but-
you really?
Yeah, because it was a weird thing with like the car situation where I was like, either we're gonna have to Uber
That's
at a
right.
stupid time of day, or we could just go with Hoodie right now. We just have to wait at the airport for a long ass time. but-
Yeah, our airport's it's fine.
It was fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it a lot better than O'Hare. I'll tell you that.
You don't have any blue demon horses.
Blue. Oh, like what? Denver.
Yes.
Yep.
They hang out in the front. I saw them.
Yes.
They haunt my
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah. We got a gigantic blue demon horse. It's a murderer.
Yeah.
Thoroughbred of sin.
Because of Broncos. Yeah. Speaking of Broncos,
Whoa.
speaking of Broncos, the Brisbane Broncos, the Brisbane's rugby league team, they are playing a game on the Friday night before Nats. I know Beans wants to go. There are talks of either getting some cheapish tickets. They're not really that cheap. They're like, I think the cheapest ticket's like $90 Australian.
So like $50 US. Okay.
Yeah, which is not too bad. So if people want to go to that game, let us know. There is also an option for getting a private box, which Yeah.
What's in the box?
122 USD for a private box for 10 people, and I know that
Per ticket.
there's a couple of
Okay, so the box is like 1,200.
It's like
bucks then,
yeah.
essentially. Okay.
There's a couple of I know I think Traj is keen to go, and I think Rullet for those of you who know
Wow.
old school.
Another
Brisbane.
blast in the past right
Yeah.
there.
I think Rullet's keen. I forget what Tim's code name was, but Tim, who used to play Nightshade, I think his name was.
Okay. Yeah,
think
that
he's
sounds familiar.
keen to go. So if people were keen to go to the Broncos, let us know on the Friday. For the Friday night, let us know. And we'll put a crew together. We'll go watch some sports, ARG sports.
That might work out with some other things I have planned. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to see.
Maybe. I'm gonna be tired as fuck that night. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh fuck yeah! Like our flight gets in that morning at 6:30.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what cocaine's for, baby. No, just kidding. I don't use cocaines.
No, not even a little bit.
Drugs are bad.
Great thing to do in a foreign country. Pick up a drug charge.
They will deport you very quick. Oh yeah, some rapid gel. Was food packages or anything included? Not in that price, I don't think. I think food and drink is
Extra.
on top of that, which is a shame, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, rugby league. Rugby league's a game that I'm surprised hasn't taken off in the States because it's very violent. It's all the violence that you love with American football with none of the pads. It's great. Yeah, that's their selling point, I think. Get amongst.
It's probably like the NFL is like suppressing it the way that like oil companies are have like suppressed electric cars for years and years. It's just like, no, we can't let rugby get a foothold.
Yeah, exactly right. It'll take over. Josiah, thank you very much for coming on the show today. Appreciate you. Sorry it took us 10 years almost to get you on.
That's all right.
You know.
What's 10 more before?
Yeah, we've been busy. Laughs in the AFL town.
Can't wait to defend that belt with you, buddy. Let's bring it home again.
That's an interesting point. So it's the belt goes.
Put it where it belongs.
What's that?
Put it where it belongs. Yeah.
Put it where it belongs.
Yeah, right
USA,
there, baby.
USA, USA.
Yeah, it's gonna be good fun. I'm looking forward to the week, but I am very much looking forward to seeing you in person and giving you cuddles. It's gonna be nice. Are you
You
staying?
want to eat some meat pies together?
Oh, yeah. Except it's weird when you guys call them meat pies. It's just pies. We're gonna have a pie. You guys want some?
There's
meat
so many
pies?
different types of pies.
No, there's one kind. It's pie. We're gonna have a pie.
Like that, like,
What about cherry pie?
Like you want a meat stick, Steve?
Cherry pie
Pumpkin
is not
pie.
a thing down here. Well,
You
that's
don't
called-
acknowledge its existence. huh?
No, we don't. Apple pie is apple pie, but pie is meat pie. The pie is a pie. It's a pie. We're right, damn it. But also, no, because Australian pies are shit. So you know, no, thank you. Should have got one in New Zealand. They're so much better. Hey,
I really should have. I didn't know you guys did them.
yeah, that. I failed you.
Hey,
I
you
failed
killed
you as a
Steve.
leader.
Yes. Good way. Good way to end the show.
How are you supposed to know what's in the pie? You are not. Like what Josiah said earlier, we put food in our food, so just trust that it's food. In the
Yeah, and
pie.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I will admit I am looking forward to a week and a bit of actually having like real food.
You say
while
real.
I'm there.
It,
I said
it'll extend our life expectancies by another like 2 months.
Maybe
something like that. Yeah.
cholesterol will get you. Nothing
I have
healthy
meds
about
for
it.
that. It's fine. I have meds for that. It's fine.
Yeah, true. Oh, poor fan on high cholesterol medication. Right there with you.
Genetically, I'm fucked as far as that goes. So I have to have meds for it.
Yeah.
That's just how that goes.
Yeah,
It's
I'm right there with
unfortunate.
you. I'm glad it's a step up for you guys. It's certainly a step down for us. Australia has terrible food. Your country sucks. On that note, we're going to end the show in the way that we always do. And Josiah, feel free to just, do your thing. And Than, you know how this works, right? Yeah, you've seen the show before?
Maybe.
Perfect.
I'll try not to fuck it up this week, since I fucked it up last week.
DK, if you didn't watch the show last week, go back and watch it, because Than completely forgot how our email works. It's so good. But for this week, I have been Guy Next Door.
I have been DK.
I've been Than.
I've been Bagel.
Boom! Always remember to change your code name, I guess, at least once a month. We will see you guys next week. Ka kite anō.
I've been throwing daggers in the night. I've been chasing all the stars, stealing all their lights. The cut so sharp, cut so deep. If they seem to hit their target, must be what we reap. 'Cause you don't know what I know. You don't feel the way I feel. All these places I wanna go. Makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I've been throwing daggers in my dreams. If they seem to hit their target, it's harder than it seems. 'Cause you don't know what I know. And you don't feel the way I feel. And all these places I wanna go. Makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I'm a well-known stranger, walking my own path. Gave up all my mysteries just to get a laugh. You keep me hanging on so tight. Sometimes I just have to wonder, do you know wrong from right? 'Cause you don't know what I know. But you don't feel the way I feel. All these places I wanna